this look okay? Woohoo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is my dog, Emmy. She's really obsessed with this bone that I just got her. She loves it. So she's gonna chill while we do a Q&A. I'm nervous. I've never done a sit down and talk video. Well, that's a lie. The last sit down and talk video I did was in 2020. So if you want to go check that one out, definitely do. But right now we're going to get into the Q&A. So I ask questions on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So we're going to be pulling a bunch of questions from a lot of different places just so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. Okay, TikTok. I feel like this is a little bit like sideways. Emily asks, when's your birthday? August 12th. It just happened, so yay, Leos. Julie said, what are your favorite things to do? So my favorite things to do, I love working out. I want to make more workout and fitness content. I love taking care of my pupper, my doggo, who's right here. I love hanging out with my family. I really love shopping. I love learning about like coffee. I love traveling. I love a lot of things, but like on the day-to-day basis, I really love working out and coffee, for sure. Cloud 2023 asked, how old was I when I started my period? I was 13. It was on my birthday. I was in dance class and I was in modern class, and I remember like bawling my eyes out because I didn't know what was happening to my body, and I got home and I just cried forever. A-G-O-T-Y-T-E, I don't know how to say that, asked, do you have a cat or a dog? I have a dog named Emmy. This is her when she was a puppy. Literally the cutest thing in the entire planet. Is this focused on me? Literally the cutest thing in the entire planet. Literally the cutest thing in the entire planet. Ooh, Ashley asked, what was my dream career growing up? My dream career has kind of changed a little bit. I mean, it's always been Broadway. Broadway has been my dream career since I was itty bitty bitty. I always wanted to be a singer. I found this little cloud thing in my room a few years ago that said, Yo quiero ser cantante, because I actually went to school in Puerto Rico, which is another side note. We can talk about that later, but basically like that was my dream when I was little. I also wanted to be a banker, which is random, but I would say that I'm definitely making my younger self proud because I still sing and dance for a living, and I actually have a degree in statistics, so if I ever needed to be a banker, not that that's the perfect degree, but it's still like in math, so I feel like I could do something in math. I feel like I definitely have known what I like since I was little. I got asked what inspired me to make dance videos on TikTok. This is a funny story. So I started TikTok in 2019 before the pandemic, and I started it when I was doing a show at the Zach Theater. It was called A Christmas Carol, and there were a bunch of kids in it, and they were always doing the Renegade, like down in the dressing rooms and in the green room. They were always doing it. And I was like, what is this dance, and how do you guys all know it? And they're like, we're gonna teach you. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And so then they all taught me. I learned the Renegade. That's literally the first dance that I ever have on my TikTok. And it was so much fun, and I just like got introduced to this whole world, and I loved it immediately. And then when 2020 rolled around and I couldn't do theater anymore, when all the theaters were shut down because obviously you can't have big groups of people inside of a theater, I decided that I wanted to be creative still, and I wanted to be creative, and I thought the only outlet that I could do that was TikTok. And ooh, Olivia Hall asks, what was your favorite vacation ever in the States and internationally? I just took an amazing vacation to the Florida Keys. Oh, also Puerto Rico's in the States. I would say Puerto Rico and the Keys. I love the ocean and I love the beach. Puerto Rico has a special place in my heart, obviously because I'm Puerto Rican, and I love my family, and I love visiting my family, and I love the food, and I love going to the ocean and getting to snorkel. But we also went on a trip to the Florida Keys, and that was really fun because snorkeling over there, like the water was just crystal clear. I've never seen a reef so clear in my life, and it was all my family. We got to see a lot of family on the way down and on the way back, so it was also a really special vacation. Internationally, I just went to London with my mom. These are all really recent trips. I probably have other favorites, but I just went to London with my mom, and it was really special because we don't get a lot of time, just us two, and I've always been a mama's girl. We had the same birthday actually, so we've always just like had a lot in common. I'm also the only child, so getting to go with my mom on that trip to London, and we just saw a bunch of theater because we both just love theater, so it was a blast and a half, and it was really, really special. 899 somebody 998 asked what my favorite color is. I don't think you could guess from my room. Take a wild guess. I know you guessed green, didn't you? Do I think I look like any celebrity? No, but I always get that I look like, well, recently I've gotten that I look like America Ferrera. Recently, I've gotten that I look like America Ferrera a lot. I don't see it. All right, now moving on to the Instagram questions. Instagram, I'm opening up Instagram. Oh my gosh. I asked like questions that people want me to answer and someone said your biceps. My friend Stephanie asked, how do you balance audition shows and content creation? Honestly, I think that that's something I'm still learning to do. I think what I've noticed is that when I have days off, I batch a lot of content and I'm able to post it throughout the week. Also doing stuff that's really easy, like a get ready with me video in the mornings or get ready with me for bed at night, those kind of videos that you can intermingle. I'm also really trying to start incorporating my job and my daily life in the theater with my content, because my content is not really based around theater that much. And so I think that integrating the two is gonna make it so much easier and so much fun. I've just been scared because I feel like I've liked having the two separate, because when I'm not, or when theater is making me sad, which theater often does because there's a lot of rejection and there's just a lot that goes on in the theater world that can make me sad. And so whenever I'm not doing theater stuff, I like to focus on TikTok stuff, and I really put my all into that, and I don't have to worry about anything going on in the theater world. But I do think that integrating the two is going to make it so much easier and so much better, and also like give you guys more of an insight of what my daily life is and who I am as a person, because theater is such a big part of who I am. Batching content for sure. Finding little easy videos to make. Sometimes I'll learn a dance, and I really love dancing, and a lot of my content is dancing, and so I can easily just like, if I have a 5-minute break, I'll run up to one of the break rooms and I'll just do a dance real quick and I'll post it. So it's like that kind of thing. Or if I'm going to the theater, I'll stop at Starbucks on my way because I like doing Starbucks videos too. So it's just kind of like integrating both seamlessly, which I'm still working on, and it's obviously a hard thing to balance. Also like add in like friends and family and wanting to like see people and having a dog. It's a lot, but it's very, very worth it. Martina said, can I do a girl talk video? Yes, that sounds super fun. So if you guys have any ideas for what you would want me to cover in a girl talk video, drop them below. Martina also asked me my favorite role I've ever played in a musical. It's gonna have to be Cinderella. It was really, really special, and I still really miss it, and I will remember that role for a long time, and I hope that I get to play her again. Evelyn asked me if I'm ever nervous before a show, and the answer is absolutely yes. It really depends on what the show is. I find myself getting nervous for like certain things in shows. I feel like when you have a long run, it's easier to become less nervous because you're performing it all the time, but those first few shows, so nerve-wracking. Do I have any kids or siblings? No. Unless you count Memi as my kid. I hope I didn't ruin half the video by being slouched over. Skylar Romo also asked what my favorite show I've ever been in is. So for this question, I'm going to do my favorite play. So my favorite play was Our Town / Nuestro Pueblo, which was Our Town, the iconic play by Thornton Wilder, but we did it like half in Spanish. So all of Emily's stuff was in Spanish with her family, and whenever her and George were talking, they were talking in English. So it was a bilingual show, which was really cool. It was really special. I tell this story all the time, so I'm sorry if you've already heard this, but it was really special because we actually had on-site live translators, and my grandma got to come to the show, and she's seen me in a bunch of different shows, but she's never been able to just sit in a show and listen to the entire show in a language that she understands perfectly, and that, I don't know, it just like makes my whole heart like so warm. I'm just so grateful that my grandma got the opportunity to see me in a show and she understood everything. And I will always, always, always be grateful for Dallas Theater Center that they provided that on-site live translation, because that's like no other. All right, we're gonna move on to YouTube. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Annie Caseville 9, I think that's how you say it, asked, what year did you have your favorite birthday and why was it your favorite? I think that I'm gonna have to say my quinceañera. I had a quinceañera when I was 15. and I got to be really connected with my Puerto Rican roots, and all my family came and I got to design it all, and my mom truly like helped me plan the party of a century, and it was so fun. It was really special because I got to do all the traditions, like the changing from the flat shoe to the heel. I got to dance with my grandpa. My grandma got to say a speech. It was just all in all such a special night, and I will never forget it. My favorite Disney movie is gonna have to be The Little Mermaid. I love The Little Mermaid so much. The first movie I ever saw in theaters though was Mulan. So I have a little special place in my heart for Mulan too. Are you good, girl? She's obsessed with this bow. Hey, take a break. Asked, why do you have the X before the Tina in your name? That's because it's kind of like Christina Aguilera, who goes by X Tina. It's kind of just like taking out the Chris and making it an X. That's what that is. Cadence asked, what is my favorite artist right now and my favorite song by them? I don't know. I open and welcome all music recommendations. I really need it. I don't want to be basic and say Taylor Swift, but ever since I went to the Eras tour, that's kind of all I've been listening to. And so if I were to say Taylor Swift in a hypothetical world, my favorite song is Enchanted. A lot of other people also ask me my favorite role, and I just want to say thank y'all for your questions. I see them, I hear them, I love them. I'm super grateful for them. Maud asked, what inspired my beautiful decor style? What is something you wish people knew about you? And who's my favorite Disney princess? Okay, I answered who's my favorite Disney princess, Ariel. And then what inspired my decor style? When I moved into this apartment, I just really wanted a space that really felt like me, and like that I got to make all the decisions, because I'm not married. I'm living in an apartment all by myself. I'm not with my family, so I really get to make all the decisions, and I just wanted it to feel so Christina, I guess. And so I was obsessed with the color pink. I looked up a bunch of different like artistic styles and things like that on Pinterest, and I just ended up finding a lot of pink things that I really loved. And so then I started putting things on like a Pinterest board, and then I started shopping, and then I started going out with my mom, and I started seeing also like what I had at home that was pink that I could use, and I figured like pink and white and black, those were the colors I was going for, and I'm so happy with it. What is something I wish people knew about me? I guess something I want people to know about me, and also kind of about everyone else that has a persona or has like a social media or has a following or whatever it might be, or is in theater and is performing every night, is that everyone online has struggles and problems, and me included, and like I don't feel confident most of the time. We tend to compare ourselves to other people's best selves, and we don't know everything else that people are going through. So I would just say like everyone's just human, and we're all just trying to figure this out. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I love y'all, and I hope you guys have a great night. Bye! Say goodbye, Mims.